Yo! It's Pika over here in Singapore. It is Saturday night, and actually, I'm wrong. It's Sunday morning. It's past midnight already, you guys. It's been a really long day, actually, and I think I got a lot of stuff done, and I think I fixed my mindset. The last couple of days, I've been talking about how I was kind of down to the dumps and kind of really not with it, really out of it, really, really, really zombified, not happy. And as much as I was not happy, I didn't want to hide that from you guys and pretend like, oh my God, I'm awesome all the time. I'm not. I'm superhuman. Not superhuman, but superhuman. I don't know. I don't know if you got that, but I'm very, very, very human. Okay. I think it's the Pisces in me that brings out all of my emotions. And it doesn't matter if it's the full moon in Pisces. It doesn't matter if Mercury is retrograde or going direct or if Saturn is playing with Pluto. I don't know. It doesn't matter about any of those things. I live my life in such a way that my emotions run really deep. And I don't feel like I ever have any kind of conversation with anyone that isn't super heartfelt, that isn't based in truth, totally appeals to my character. I don't do fake, dude. I don't know how to do fake. I just don't do it very well. It comes off as super, super fake if I try. So I avoid it altogether. I learned a long time ago that lying takes way too much effort and way too much memory power. I would have to remember my lie and probably won't and end up making another lie to cover the first lie. And that's just too much effort. I can't do it. It's just too much. It's too much. So I avoid it. I am truth. I am proud that I am now truth. I mean, I went through my phase of lying and I got beaten up for all that shit when I was younger, but I'm better now. I don't lie. I went through a phase of stealing stuff and it was, I don't know, stupid, but I've done all the bad stuff, okay? I've been there, I've done that. It's just not worth it. And it feels better when you earn stuff. So I feel better when I am myself, no matter what the situation. And I feel better when I live in truth. So today I want to talk to you about the cure for this like achy, stupid feeling that I was going through the last couple of days. As much as I love emotion, I don't like it when it kind of gets the best of me. It kind of takes over a little bit. And unfortunately for me, I feel like I wasted some time talking about these things the last couple of days, but I feel like it needed to be talked about. I needed you to see that I too am vulnerable. I too fall from grace a lot. I tend to trip a lot. But I try and pick myself up no matter what. And with the guidance of my circle, with the guidance of a couple key people, I mean, I rallied the troops, y'all, because I was scared that if I talked to the same person over and over again, they'd be like, man, God damn it, shut up. I can't take it anymore. So I rallied my troops together and I got, one person for a different time zone pretty much and just kind of got through it somehow. I pushed through it. It was like labor. Anyway, so I went through my phases of grief a little bit. And yes, it's on a truncated timetable because it felt so strong. It was such a deep emotion this time, and I didn't think it could happen that fast. So I went through the denial that it was happening. I went through the super depression that I failed, that I screwed up, that I don't know what. And then I went through that emptiness period where it's like numbing. And you feel just empty and nothing you do can stop you from thinking about whatever it is that's going on. And then I got to my anger phase. And to tell you the truth, the anger phase is my favorite because I can control that the best. I feel stronger when it's an anger phase. So I actually had the anger phase at maybe, 3 o'clock Saturday morning, like yesterday morning technically. Kind of spilled my guts and scared the shit out of the person that I was talking to. But then I finally went to sleep, and when I woke up this morning, it was like that super creepy calm. Like no emotion, no temperature, no nothing, just calm. And I think that was a good place to start, though, because I started off with my gratitude. I went ahead and sent out my 3 things that I'm grateful for this morning so I could reframe my whole day. I went ahead and apologized to some of the people that I'd scared the last couple of days because obviously no one sees me like this, okay? I'm always pretty upbeat. I'm always positive. I'm always looking to serve wherever I can. And for the few people that were listening to me, they're like, holy shit, Pika, you gonna be okay? Like, how do we do, how do we help you? But it's all good, y'all. I'm back on top. So it started off with the gratefulness this morning, and then I finally just pulled my my planner off the table and I went to work. So I don't use my planner as a planner usually. I use it as like a notebook. So whenever I have like, electricity run through my brain, I suddenly have like, millions of ideas, I just write it down. So the fact that there are dates in here and times in here is regardless of the fact that that's just not how I use it. It's just not how I use it. I bought it to use it that way. It just didn't happen that way. I don't know. It just didn't happen that way. I guess if I could be disciplined enough to try doing bullet journaling one day, I think that would probably work best. But right now, this works fine too. So I turned to the page for September 9th because that was yesterday, and I started over. So I started off writing down everything I did, kind of to motivate me to get more done. And it kind of worked. It helped me pass the time, and I felt pretty good about myself having, done these things. So I started off with, calling my aunt and folding the laundry and doing my daily prayers in the house. I have to change the water in the room that I pray in. I put in fresh flowers. I light incense. I light camphor. I kind of bless the house. It was nice. It's always how I set up my day, and I normally do gratefulness there as well in my conversation with the universe. So I did all of that. I sent out my gratitude list to my inner circle. I made breakfast. I made sure I made a big breakfast. We made French toast this morning, and baby girl was so excited because she hasn't had it in a very, very long time. I went ahead and did some, admin work on some of the group chats that I'm in, so that I can back it up and then get rid of it, so it doesn't take up, so much memory on my phone. And then, in the same vein of cleansing, because I went through a deep emotional blah blah whatever, I wanted to cleanse in a way, like I'm not talking about burning stuff or anything. I'm talking about I wanted to cleanse. I just wanted to start over. It's kind of like spring cleaning almost, and I'm not done yet. I got tons to do because I have people coming over on Monday, but I went ahead and changed the bed sheets, which is always makes me feel better about stuff. It's kind of like changing out a whole month's worth of dreams and cookie crumbs because I eat in bed. Just dumb stuff like that. So I went ahead and cleaned all of that. Tomorrow will be the deep clean because I need to sweep the entire house and mop to death. Just mop everything so it smells really good and squeaky clean, and then start going through my baby girl's toys because she has an obsession with paper, and you will not believe the amount of ripped up, torn up, colored in paper that's just everywhere. It's everywhere. I am embarrassed. It's everywhere. So I did all of that, and then I decided I needed to do something for myself. Now, when I go through deep emotional trauma of any kind, I usually take it out on my hair. I usually go cut my hair off, like all of it. I either cut it really, really short, I shave it bald, I do something crazy. I usually go cut my hair, but seeing as how I'm trying to grow it, and I have a wedding in December that I really need to attend and look like somewhat female in, I decided I wasn't going to do that. So I went ahead and actually dyed my hair today. Nothing different, nothing drastic, like just a dark mahogany brown, which is my usual color anyway. And then, I washed the bathroom walls and everything, cleaned everything up. And then I talked to my mom and made lunch and went off to work. So this morning, just to get through the morning, I jam-packed it with activity, knowing full well that if I keep going, if I keep doing something, it would give me less time to think. And that's exactly what I needed today. I needed less time to think about what was going on and the sudden loss I was feeling. And I think this is working so far. I think it's working pretty well. So I've been listening. I'm going back to doing what I was doing in the beginning. When I was trying to get myself motivated to, start putting in actions behind my business, I started doing TED Talks. I started doing Tony Robbins videos. You know me, I am a big Gary Vaynerchuk fan. And the funny thing is, I didn't know who he was like maybe 3 months ago. So the fact that I'm like consuming everything he has to offer, I feel blessed that he's there and he has so much content. Hey, come on, free content is the best. So I actually feel pretty good about the things that I've been absorbing. I've been having these, the YouTube running in the background of whatever I'm doing. So obviously YouTube won't work unless you're on that page, except for on, the computer. So I just have it run on a playlist of things that I've saved over the weeks and months and stuff. And it works pretty well. It actually, it was good. It's almost like I needed ambient noise. And this is the best kind because it pisses you off. It motivates you. It encourages you to keep doing what you're doing if you're on the right path, obviously. Otherwise, it's going to influence you to course correct. So I've been really, really grateful for that. I learned 2 new names today, actually. There was a I think it was like a collaboration video where the first part was Tony Robbins being interviewed by Oprah, the second part was Brian Tracy, and the third part was Jim Rohn. So I don't know who these people are, obviously, but I will eventually. But the things they had to say really, really got to me, so I just wanted to share some of those things. I like what Brian Tracy had to say. He was talking about, you start off with your goals that you want to accomplish, and you go through the list and you mark out the one that's the biggest priority, and you start on the biggest priority first. So that definitely is an amazing tip. Once I get all my little housework things done, I think I could really focus on my 6 to 12 month goals or whatever, and then get that shit knocked out too. The other thing is, he was telling us to be result oriented. To be people-oriented and to be health-oriented, and I think that's something that came up with one of my closest friends. And yeah, this close friend, he came out of nowhere a month ago. I've talked to you about him before, Rashandan, in Sri Lanka, wherever he is. I hope he's doing really well. So he had me change my mindset and push me to take better care of my health. Basically, I don't know how much you understand about who I am, but when I stress out, I stop doing everything. I don't eat on time. I don't sleep very much. I stress work, actually. I'm a workaholic as it is, and then I stress work on top of that. So I don't take care of myself the best way that I know how. And I made a bet. I bet him that by the 21st of this month, I would have gained 5 kg from the 21st of last month. And I don't think I'm close to that, but I feel like I'm getting better. So even if I don't hit the 5 kg increase, I will definitely keep on going and push it to the next month and see if I can't keep going. I've been working on eating a little bit smarter, a little more on time. I am working on sleeping better. It's a little hard when you're trying to build your own business because you're stealing moments, right? You're stealing moments in between the work you have to do for your 9 to 5, the work you have to do with your daughter, the work you have to do around the house. So I'm stealing moments, and most of those moments come after midnight. So I am working on sleep a little bit better. And let's see, people-oriented. I feel like I'm people-oriented anyway. I feel like whatever situation I'm in, whatever friendship, whatever conversation, whatever interaction I'm in, I'm 100% there. I really try to give 100% every time, because I know the power of a quality conversation. I know the power of a quality interaction with someone. I was suicidal as a teen, and it wasn't my proudest moment. And if I look back at it now, it seemed pretty damn trivial, the reasons why I felt the way I did. But I know from personal experience how powerful it is for someone, anyone, if they were to pass you on the street and happen to make eye contact and smile. I know from personal experience exactly how powerful that is. And I vowed ever since, once I kind of got out of my funk or whatever, I vowed ever since that whatever I do, wherever I am, whoever I'm in front of, I will make eye contact with you. And depending on how you receive the eye contact, I will smile or I will nod my head and keep on going. I don't think people in this day and age of texting and social media understand what it really means to be personable, what it really means to connect with people. There are a lot of people who communicate out there. Very few people connect. And yes, that's a book by Stephen Covey. I don't remember. It's a book. Most communicate, very few connect. So I feel like that was something that was drummed into me as a child, and that's something that's important to me as a person, because I flourish when people acknowledge who I am. And I'm not talking about, gas me up and talk about how great I am, how beautiful I am, how smart I am. I don't want to hear all that shit. But if you really feel like I give you some kind of genuine value in your life, then tell me that. That's what I want to hear. I want to know that my content makes a difference to you. I want to know that if I talk to you, when you leave my presence, you feel better. That's what I want to know. And if I don't, let me know that too. I mean, then I need to course correct, right? I can always adjust myself. I can't adjust you. I can't change you. I can adjust myself, and you can choose to be impressed by what I've done or not, and that's totally on you. I used to talk about people who would get irritated about things that other people were doing, and the only way to kind of make you step back and realize what you're doing is to give you this analogy. If I sit here and I shake my leg as a nervous habit, and you're sitting across from me watching me shake my leg and you get irritated, who has the problem, me or you? And see, most people wouldn't even say, "Oh no, you're irritating me because you're shaking your leg." Yeah, I'm shaking my leg. I'm minding my own damn business. I'm in my lane. I'm shaking my leg. If you're looking at it and getting irritated, what does that mean to me? That means you could look away and not get irritated, right? So then the problem's on you. You have the problem. Anyway, I feel like it matters so much more when you are fully present in every interaction that you're in, when you really commit to being who you are at all times, to try and give people whatever you see that they need before they ask for it. Anticipation is everything. I love anticipating other people's needs. It makes me happy. It's like my own personal high. Okay? So if I see you in pain, and if I see your behavior changes, if I see that, certain things you used to do you don't do no more, I'm going to ask you what's up. And if you say nothing, which I'm telling you right now is my number one on my shit list of everything I hate that answer. Don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me nothing. It's almost like you're telling me that I'm blind and I can't see what I'm seeing. So don't tell me nothing. I feel like if I notice those things, it's up to me, because I noticed, to do something about it. It's almost like if I walk by and I see a piece of trash on the sidewalk, because I notice it, it becomes my responsibility to do something about it. And that's just the person I am. So for people-oriented goals, I think I've got it. I think I've got that down. Hospitality is like my number one trait. I'm really good at that. Hospitality, to take care of people. It's something I was bred to do. It's something that's innate in me. It's second nature. I don't have to think about it. It just kind of happens. Now, there are certain people in my family that get super offended if I try to help them. Why? I have no idea. But based on your behavior, you're teaching me what I can and can't do as well. So for those people, I do not become my most hospitable self. I do not anticipate your needs. I leave you where you are. I smile and say, "Hi, how are you?" Blah, blah, blah. And I will go on my merry way. So for those of you who don't understand, the way you treat people teaches them what they can and cannot do. So don't get upset when their behavior changes and it's actually because of you. You just have to be self-aware at that point. Okay? The other thing, what he talked about, result-oriented. So yeah, there's no point in making a big-ass list of things to do every day if it's not going to get you to where you need to be in 6 months. So obviously, I need my house to be fairly clean at all times, but I also have a 6-year-old, so I go with the flow a little bit. I'm going to clean wherever I can, and sometimes I'm just going to throw everything out because there's just too much mess in the house. But I'm not a stickler about, how clean the house is. I'm not OCD about it. She's 6. She also needs to understand that being in a messy house is okay sometimes. It means you live in that house. I hate walking into houses where it looks like a fucking museum. There's like not a piece of trash, lint, book bag, shoe out of place. It looks like no one lives there. It was curated to look like it was perfection. And I don't like that. That's not what a real house looks like, you guys. Anyway, so yeah, be result-oriented. From what he said, what I gathered was, if you're going to have a bunch of goals, make sure they lead to something. So obviously my house goals are going to be different from my business goals, are going to be different from my work goals. My 9-to-5 goals, a lot of them, they are aligned with my own business goals, but I have to take it in stride as far as how much time I have based on the other things that I have going on. So for instance, tomorrow, because I have people coming over on Monday and I can't do all of it on Monday, tomorrow is going to be clean the house day. Okay? I'm going to sweep, I'm going to mop, I'm going to go through the whole house and make sure that everything is basically in its place, so that it doesn't look like we live in only 2 rooms of the house and the rest of the house like kind of collects things. You know how you have that one chair in your room that has like all your dirty clothes because you don't want to go take it to the laundry, or you've got that one area of your closet where you just dump everything in there. It hasn't been folded. It hasn't been ironed, nothing. You just kind of dump it because you don't want to bother. It's normally like your underwear drawer or something stupid like that, right? So for me, because I have another goal on Monday, I'm going to try and help myself out and do half of it tomorrow. As far as my business is concerned, I put in work every day. I do my audios every night. The blog, yeah, point of contention. I'm not that good. I'm trying to get there. So I had a couple setbacks, right? So I'm going to get there. bear with me, please. As far as the website is concerned, there's a lot I still need to learn, and there's parts of my coaching practice that I need to put together as well. Like, I'm trying to figure out how to record WhatsApp calls so that when I do my coaching calls with my not my students really, they're like my peers at the moment, the second class of the RVP program. When I do them, I can actually record it and send it back to them so they can listen to it at leisure and actually pick up points on how I do things based on how they do things, and then choose what they feel is best and discard the rest, basically. So, I mean, there's little things that I'm doing every day to make sure that I move forward at all times. In the words of Gary Vee, he would be like, on the micro, you're really fast. You keep doing things very quickly in succession. You have like 4 or 5 things you complete every day to make sure that your business and your life is just moving forward. But on the grand scale of things, if you look at it, it doesn't look like anything's moving very quickly. So for the most part, yes, this is episode 48, you guys. And I don't know if I have like regular listeners or not, because I still can't tell. But I'm not doing it for the listeners. I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it because I want to make an impression at some point. And eventually, when you suddenly know my name, you can go back to the beginning and be like, damn, she sucked just as bad as I did. So I guess I have hope, So that's why I'm doing this. I want to leave behind a legacy. I want to leave behind enough content where, God forbid, if anything happens to me, my daughter has a lot of me to pick up. She knows exactly who I am because I will not change in any of these blog posts. I will, but it'll be to get better, not to get worse. I will not change the essence of who I am. Anyway. So yeah, today I feel different. I feel a little bit more in control, a little bit more comfortable. I feel like even though certain things changed, that I'm able to manage pretty well. So I'm just going to go with that. If I ever, if this person ever comes back to me, I'd be so grateful. But if they don't, that's cool too. It's really up to them what they need at the time. And if they don't need me, that's cool too. Anyway, that's it for today. So I will catch up with you again tomorrow and let you know how my cleaning went. It should be pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I finally have 2 days off in a row. Usually, y'all know, right? Fridays and Mondays are my days off, but this time I got Sunday and Monday off, and then I'll be working Friday next week, so that's pretty cool too. All right, you guys, I better hang it up here. I will catch you tomorrow. All right, bye.